It's good to be back in Seattle. It's good to see all of you. It's a lot easier to do this when you're home than when you're traveling in a hotel room. So I wanted to thank my great staff for taking over and just doing phenomenal on Thursdays and Fridays. Angela, Latiza, Giovanni, Gabriel, Mark, just all of you. Thank you so much for all you did while I was gone. I so appreciate it. Today we have a great session. We have Alison Pinto. Alison's from Mumbai. Great artist. I've a little bit of a sneak peek of what she's doing, but she wouldn't even share with us. So I think you're in for a great demonstration today. Alison, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, John. It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you. And I really appreciate being here again with you and all of the team, Gio, Letty, and Ethel. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. So we're going to see a PowerPoint presentation of Alison's work, and then we'll come back and see Alison and see what she's going to demo.
Okay. Alison will start with the PowerPoint slide first because we want our audience to quickly follow you via socials. So we just want to mention again that our dear Alison is actually the artist behind our Monday mixes and also our Friday fun posts. So if you want to have more inspiration from Alison, do follow her on Instagram. That's her handle, Alison Pinto Art. She's also, of course, in Facebook. And Alison, the next 5 slides are sample artworks, and we would appreciate if you can just briefly share for each of these artworks. We start with this cover page.
Okay, this is a visual that I saw on Instagram, and I asked for permission to paint this woman, and she agreed to it. What I really liked about her was the way the sunlight was catching her eyes, and capturing light and getting that warmth into it is always something that I like exploring. And with the yellows that we have in Daniel Smith, it's a wonderful way to get this kind of real glow into the face, into the hair. So love the Daniel Smith yellows, John, thank you. And then on the sides, I have used phthalo blue and just try to freestyle it. This is a favorite of mine. I don't remember when I've taken this picture, but roses are something of a favorite. And here I've used a huge number of colors and explored the background, trying to create a mystical effect just by blending various colors. I had a lot of fun with this one. And I particularly like, from this painting, I particularly like the areas where there is a little bit of quin gold deep in all those rusted areas. The rusted areas of the flowers and plants are something that I love representing. And quin gold deep is something that always brings this effect. It really works really well.
Fantastic work.
Thank you. This is a clematis that somebody gave me to paint, and it was in a garden with the typical greenery around it. And I tried to make the petals look more dancey and more flamboyant than it actually was. I particularly liked where the sunlight was hitting on the front petal, where you can see the veining happening with the light coming through. And again, here I've played with a lot of colors in the background. And the beauty that the reason I can do this is because when you mix, typically whenever I used to mix too many colors, I would get mud. But with the DS colors, if you choose wisely, you can get so many variants hues in it, and it still doesn't become muddy. And this is one of my favorites. I think it sold almost as soon as it finished painting.
I think it's beautiful. Did you put the color in the background first?
No, I painted the background
afterwards.
Later.
Okay, thank you very much.
What can I say about this? I love egrets. I really love these birds. Amongst most birds, these are one of my favorites besides sparrows. So a lot of love went into this little sketch.
How about the water? Did you use any granulating colors?
Yes, that's Luna blue in the background. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why it granulates so much. Yeah, beautiful water.
This was my tribute to Turner, whose work I absolutely adore. And I don't remember the exact colors, but I think I've used Quin burnt orange and Quin burnt scarlet and some of the greens I don't recall exactly. But yes, I also use piemontite, which has given a lot of granulation coming down.
Definitely, yeah.
That's the last artwork because we have a short video clip to show.
Okay, so before we show the video clip, hi everybody. It's lovely to have you here. And thank you so much for making the time to join. I can see a lot of my friends also joining in. And so thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you being here. And thank you to John. I really appreciate having time here and doing my work in front of you all. So before I start painting, as you can see, I've chosen a peacock today, which was a bit challenging to finish in the time frame. Not challenging to finish in a lot of hours if you had them. But since we don't have that many hours, I thought I'd come in with the most time consuming because there's a lot of detail in this. And it's, Ethel, can I see this video? I can't see how I'm showing it.
You mean the video? I could help play it when.
Yeah, so I have
okay,
put in a
part. Okay, let me add a spotlight. Here we go.
For this and for the feet. Yeah, there you go. So I put in a lot of time for this and the feet. And 1 second. So what's the matter?
Yes.
Is it fine, Ethel?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Yes, everything is fine.
So in order to finish it sooner, I've come in with this prepared and this prepared. And what I've done to make it up to all of you who are here is I've recorded that process and I've shortened it a bit so you can actually see how I've done it. And while it's playing, I'll talk you through what I've done. So before I start, these are the colors that I've used. And this is how I process my work. So Azo yellow, phthalo green blue shade, phthalo blue red shade, quin coral, carbazole violet, Payne's blue gray, lunar black, sodalite, and interference green. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yes.
So I've used a combination of these two for the background, and I've dropped in a little bit of Payne's blue gray. Okay, that's what you see here. So this is how I process. I always follow this process for a painting because then it gives me a roadmap as well as down the line, a few years down the line, if I want to refer and say, okay, this is not working for me. Why is it not working? What did I use last time that worked? I have a record of what worked. So this is the next thing where I've mixed the blues and this is what the body is going to be created of. So it's phthalo green blue shade and phthalo blue red shade. Those are the primary shades. And I'm put in a bit of carbazole for getting my darks. And I have put in, if you can see, I plan to experiment with this beautiful interference green. This is such a gorgeous color. I love this. So not much, very sparingly, but yes, I plan to use it. And this, again, is an experimentive work that I've done, trying to use one of our Daniel Smith products. And I will tell you more about it when I'm actually painting it. So stay on till the end. Okay? All right. So Ethel, you can go ahead with the
video. Okay.
So here I'm putting in a neutral mix, which is your tallow green, and I've put in a touch of carbazole for the outline of the eye. Then I've taken quin coral, and mixed it with carbazole violet for the beak. And then for the eye, again, the same mixes of these with some of the Payne's blue-gray for the deeps. The darks are done with Payne's blue-gray. And then I'm putting in darker shapes for the beak. Now here, this is tallow green blue shade. I come in with a watery wash, and then I'm building up the color. Is it stalling, Ethel? It's playing a little slow.
It's fine from my view.
Okay, maybe it's my system is going slow because now I'm gradually moving into creating darks as I go further down. So most of this head is done in variants of tallow green blue shade and tallow blue red shade. The reason I'm combining these two is, like you can see in the swatch, when you combine them, you get a kind of a shine effect without putting shimmer on it. I'm building in the darks. And I think that's touches of carbazole mixed with the other two colors. Now what I've done is I've wet this whole space around the neck so that I don't get any hard edge. And I'm dropping in pure tallow blue red shade. And I'm combining it here towards the corner with carbazole as well as Payne's blue-gray. I want that area really dark. So. And after this, I'll get to the feet of the peacock. So I'm darkening the area around the eye so that it makes it glisten. And then here's the feet. I'm using quin coral with, okay, I haven't added quin deep gold, but there's a hint of quin deep gold in that. I think I love that color so much, the quin deep gold, it ends up in all my paintings in some way.
So Alison, do you add the darker color once the first layer is dry, or you can add it even if it's not dry?
Actually, it's semi-dry. So okay. I've just kept painting continuously, and it's very hot here. So possibly it's drying faster.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now you're getting hard edges, so it's dry.
In this painting, are you painting flat or on an angle?
I'm painting flat, Gabriel, because I'm trying to make sure I photograph it with the correct lighting. So if I do it at an angle, I will not get the correct lighting. So I wanted to photograph this whole thing and in the background here. I wanted to photograph it so that, videograph it so that you guys can see the process. I'm trying to save time, playing it in 6 minutes, but took quite a lot more time. My daughter sat and edited the whole video, which is quite a long one. And yeah. So for those of you who have been seeing my Friday Funs, which I post on Daniel Smith, a lot of the editing gets done by my daughter. She's 18 and she helps me a lot with this stuff. Thank you, Ethel. That's wonderful.
Wonderful.
What kind of tape? I'm using regular masking tape, just ordinary masking tape. Okay. Shall we start?
Sure. So the one thing I didn't mention is Alison. We're very proud that Alison is the Daniel Smith brand ambassador. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that.
Ethel is
here with my mouth open saying, oh, wow, so terrific. We had an artist before who skillfully avoided doing the feet. So it's interesting to see you put the feet in. Thank you.
Alison, we have a question here about your brush. What sort of brush did you use?
For the background?
Well, okay. I guess background and main subject.
So these are essentially the brushes that I'm using. Ethel, I can't see this screen spotlighted. Is it?
It is. It is. It is.
Okay. So these are my go-to for most things. Silver brush, black velvet. I use a number of sizes in these, and an oval typically, which I'm not using today. So those are the brushes that I do use. I have a flat that is our locally made sable hair brush, very, very old one, but still my favorite. And I have this other flat with which I did the background dampening. This is again a silver brush, Atelier Hake. And these are angular brushes, again, silver brush. You can see the names. Oh, yeah. It's called Golden Natural. And Art Secret. Okay. This is a kind of a mop. I find it very useful. Use it in a lot of things. Okay. So,
Alison,
yes.
do you see that the regular tape tends to pull on your paper? How do you get off the regular masking tape?
What do you mean? Regular tape?
When you remove it, it's regular masking tape, not art tape?
It's regular masking tape, which I think these house painters and it doesn't pull off my paper because I'm using good paper. I'm using either Bohum or Arches typically always, and that it doesn't pull off. But for example, I do a lot of my experimenting on Anupam paper, which is a home brand. So this is more cellulose paper, and the sizing isn't so well done. So when I take it off, sometimes you do get a bit of a rip, but not on my regular paper. On most regular paper, you don't get any issues.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So what I'm going to do is I will start with, I'm just going to I put my finger in the way. So I'm mixing this, like I mentioned, I forgot to mention Quin Gold Deep, which I use in almost everything. So just putting a little Quin Gold Deep into this. And I'm going to do the red portions first on this because I want to this is quin coral.
Green gold, you said?
This is quin coral.
A coral, okay.
With a little bit of quin deep gold in it, just for okay, I will let that dry and this on here. The reason I'm filling this in is once the feathers come over this, you're already ready with the underlying feathers, the red. Now I will just try this. So I finished.
Alison, do you have a reference photo?
Yes, I can show it to you.
Wow.
Wow, amazing.
So I'm trying to build in this area. It's subtle, but it's there. So I've mixed a little carbazole with left.
Alison, is there a reason why you chose that type of material for a backing as opposed to like wood or plexiglass?
I prefer something that's lightweight. So that's my reason for choosing this. This is lightweight, it's sturdy, it holds its shape. Those are good.
It's Coroplast.
I'm sorry?
Here in the States, we call that Coroplast. Is that Is that what it's called there?
What is it called? Not too sure what it's called actually. Sorry? Fluted board. It's called fluted board.
And then someone's asking about your amazing sponge.
This is I'm not too sure what it's a makeup sponge I got from one of these Japanese stores, Miniso, I think. And yeah, it's lasted me a long time. So you want to see the board? I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's got fluting. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's corrugated.
Yeah, it's corrugated, exactly. So it's what that does is it makes it very lightweight, easy to carry around. All right. Now we get into.
This type of board really helps me when I'm maybe in the desert painting here in the States. It keeps my painting cool if I wet my painting first.
Okay. I would think your paint would dry really fast.
In the desert, yeah, like that's the issues, the wind and the heat. But this chloroplast, as opposed to wood, keeps the painting cool.
Oh, that's good. Good to know. So what I'm doing is painting the whole area with water first.
Mm-hmm.
So the thalos are such beautiful, powerful colors.
Yeah.
You got to be careful when using them because they're staining and you cannot undo what you've done. But on the positive side, look at them. They're so gorgeous. I'm sorry, did someone say something?
So you do a little bit of mixing on the paper, right?
Yes. Mhm.
I think everyone's hooked,
Yes.
I hope so.
absorbed.
So peaceful watching you.
Thank you.
Did you mention what size your painting is?
It is a quarter imperial.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have a comment from Belle. She says, I like the way she uses form shaping strokes on the breast.
Thank you. So I'm trying not to leave any hard edges wherever possible, because once that dries, I will take a little more time on the top. So it's important for it to have some amount of time left to dry. Mhm.
And Peter mentions, this is such a magnificent demo. Thank you all so much.
Size 2. Thank you, Peter. Actually, I seem to have misplaced my size 2. I'm looking to see where I've kept it. Oh, okay. Thank you. So I'm going to mix in some darks here. So this is why we did the red first. So we get to mix in some of these colors.
It's so clever the way you indicate the feathers.
Thank you. All trial and error.
Yeah, that's really magnificent.
So I keep going darker because that's what's needed to indicate the depth of this nice plump peacock.
But how do you go darker? What color do you use?
So I'm using the tooth halos with carbazole.
Carbazole.
That's what I mentioned. So I use these two colors and I add a carbazole violet to it. So that gives me the that I need.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And here we go. A little bit thicker. Now what I'm going to use here is yellow with, okay, another color. I'm sorry, I haven't thought of mentioning. I tend to dip into my palette and I didn't remember to write this down. So I'm using burnt sienna with the halo green. Feel free to ask questions if you have any.
We are glued to the screen.
Thank you. That's all that an artist can hope for, no?
We're all in reverence to seeing you finish strong.
Alice, just to keep you informed of the time,
Yes.
you have like 17 minutes or something like that.
I have 17 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, for past. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Gosh. Okay.
Alison, a nice comment. Sarah says, I do the Friday fun very often. It usually takes me a few goes to get them anything like yours. Thank you for all the fun.
Thank you. It's nice when you get feedback because I'm not sure which ones appeal to people and which ones don't.
Uh-huh. There's still burnt sienna with phthalo green, right?
Phthalo blue.
Ah, phthalo blue, not green. Okay.
I keep switching between the two.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
And now you will unveil the mystery.
Yeah.
I actually have to complete this area and then I can do that. So if you wouldn't mind having a little patience for that.
That's fine. Take time.
It's not easy being patient.
Absolutely. Well, the mystery is more experimental, so it can succeed or it can not. And either ways, it's something tried. I can show you what I have experimented on if this one fails. But we shall see. I want.
Is this Luna Black, maybe? No.
No. The same mix of these two. I haven't used Luna Black yet. Anyway.
Alison, we have a question from Ian. Do you like to work detailed or do you like to work loose if it suits the painting?
I love working detailed. I find it very relaxing. I am exploring working loose. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm hoping to learn as I go. I like loose painting as well, but there's something about detailed work that is very meditative, and I find it very enjoyable.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hmm? Okay, mistake. Deliver. All right. I'm just going to blow this dry. One second. Okay. How do we do this? Okay, so I'm going to use our Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. So the colors I'm using, Soda Light and Lamp Black. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was Luna Black. It's Lamp Black. Okay. So in conversation, I have accidentally painted these dark, which needed to be the lighter ones. But that's okay. Now let's hope this works. So what happens when you use the crayon on damp paper, particularly these colors? I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually breaking up the color, splitting it up. So I'm getting far more granular, far more organic look than I would if I would try to paint it ever. There's deadly silence, so I hope you guys are enjoying this.
We love it, Alison.
We are hypnotized.
I'm switching. These sticks are fabulous for experimenting with, and I've had a lot of fun playing with all kinds of techniques with them.
Someone's asking you why you're switching the stick colors.
I kind of like it grading down into a slightly different color, and it also gives a little different effect. Looks a little organic.
Someone's asking why you're switching colors.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm doing it because I like the effect of varying colors, not just one. So as it comes down, it does go darker on the bird. So rather than painting it darker, I'm switching a color to create the similar shadow effect. Okay, so once the stick gets damp,
So the paper is wet and the tip of the stick is also wet.
It is getting wet because I'm running over the wet paper.
Uh-huh.
I love this. We have not seen this stick be used like this. And here at General Smith.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. That means a lot. Okay, I think we're good. Let me know when I should stop or if I can finish a little bit here.
Why don't you finish a little bit? That's fine.
Thank you.
Of course. It's beautiful. So Alison, one of the questions was, are we going to be able to see the interference green?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's amazing. If we have the time, definitely.
Alison, can you push the image up about 3 inches? Just push it up a little bit. There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now we need the interference. So when you apply a mold, you have a lovely finish to it. So I'm going to try, I've done a lot of experiments. So just to show you, I keep doing these kind of experiments to test out. That's when I tested it. I was doing it initially only with the black, but I found the combination appeal to me. And then using the interference on the...
Yes, we can see that.
So let's try it out now. Using very little hints of it, not overdoing it.
Lots of comments, Alison.
Yeah.
Learning a lot, wonderful demo, beautiful, loving it. So I think we all are enjoying it so much.
Thank you, Angela. Appreciate that.
Beautiful work, Alison. I'm driving and watching you, darling.
Be careful, Stella. That's risky.
I know, I have the telephone fastened, so it was wonderful to watch you, darling. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate you being here.
Would not miss it.
Okay. What's the time? 36. Okay, I think that kind of rounds it off.
It's beautiful.
Could you remove the tape when you finished?
Yeah, I just have a little bit left here.
Well done. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you. Who is that?
James.
Thank you, James.
This guy.
1 second. Okay. Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I thought it was Clint Eastwood.
You thought it was Clint Eastwood?
For a second.
James, you got a big compliment. Okay. All right. I think we're done. The bottom. Huh?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Right, and take the tape.
Lovely comments from everyone. Breathtaking, enjoyed, learned a lot, gorgeous. So people take a lot of tips from your demo today. Thank you so much for sharing.
Alison, you'll post that for us?
Yes, yes, I will.
That looks good. Better.
That looks good is an understatement.
Exactly. You're right.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the when the tape was pulling off of the paper.
Yeah, only to the tape, yeah.
Alison, could you put the original next to that?
Mm-hmm.
That is just beautiful. Nice job. Very nice job.
Thank you.
I like that. I like the which using the sticks on the feathers that really made it pop.
Yeah. I wanted something that looked organic, and the sticks actually gave me the ability. If you zoom in, I'm not able to zoom in actually, but I'll probably send you a zoomed in image. Can you see they're broken up?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the beautiful bit. It split up the.
Wow.
I didn't have to do anything.
Ah, fantastic. Look at that.
It is.
Very organic.
Very organic.
So real.
Absolutely.
You're a master.
Amazing.
Alison, thank you very much for being live today and showing us your wonderful work.
My pleasure. It's been a delight.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bravo, and thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.